It is a pleasure to greet you and I welcome you to a new video. In this video we will discuss the following. Can I create a new and better relationship if I get my ex back? Let's get started. After all, what's the point of getting your ex back if you keep repeating the same mistakes that caused the breakup? So today, we are going to explore if the breakup can be really good for your relationship if you get your ex back and what you need to do to create that new and better relationship. Can breaking up really be a good strategy to get your ex back? Really, yes, breaking up with your ex can be good for your relationship. I don't think there is any question about that, so the most interesting question for me is how often do ex-partners who get back together actually stay together? Well, our research has consistently shown that about half of couples who get back together will break up again within the first 3 months. Why do couples break up again so often and so quickly? The first and most obvious reason is that the problems of the first breakup have not been resolved or corrected. 1. It takes at least 2 to create and destroy. The goal of getting back with your ex is to create a new and better relationship than the first time. Naturally, it takes 2 people to be truly committed and willing to make the changes necessary for that new relationship to survive. This means that before you really agree to get back together, you should first talk about the fact that you don't want history to repeat itself. You should set realistic expectations and explain that you want to work toward it, but he or she should want to do it too. So if talking to your ex directly doesn't fix the situation, don't be afraid to ask a mutual friend for help. 2. Create new times together. You and your ex were together for 3 years, 4, more or less. You think you know everything they need to know about each other. You have had so many first experiences together that it eventually becomes difficult to add some spontaneity or adventure to your relationship. This is when your relationship seems robotic because you are doing the same thing over and over again. Some people may agree with this, but most do not. This brings me to one of my favorite concepts, the ratio of stability and mystery in a relationship and how we need to balance the two to have a real relationship. 3. Never forget about gratitude. Psychologists constantly use one word to describe the quality that keeps stable relationships alive and well: gratitude. Showing gratitude to someone you are with allows them to appreciate the relationship they are in. So what is that gratitude that I just mentioned to you? Well, acts of gratitude or acts of kindness work this way. It is like adding money to the value of your relationship. Every time you have a fight, an argument, or a disagreement, you are taking money out of the shared relationship account. I know this sounds easy in theory, but in reality it is much more difficult to keep track of acts of gratitude or kindness in your daily life. That is why I recommend that when you do get your ex back, make a game with this, so that both you and your ex keep a record of the kind acts they do for each other. That way, at the end of the day, they have something to remember together. This encourages reciprocity for kind acts and also makes them more aware of their value. 4. Identify those hidden thoughts that you are too afraid to say. Now this is finally knowing how to listen. Listening allows you to make your ex open up more than you think. But how do you let your ex know that you are really listening and that you want to understand her point of view? Well, the best way to do that is to identify her hidden emotions. Suppose you think you know what your ex thinks. Perhaps he is angry about an argument you had. Most people never talk about discussions and just hide them. Remember that if you get back together with your ex, you get into the habit of identifying what you think he is thinking so that you can clarify if it is really going through his mind. Simple words such as, "You know what, I know you feel anxious about the fact that all these guys are flirting with me, but I want to let you know that you are the only one for me. I only have eyes for you." It can make a big difference. I know it may be too simple and good to be true, but sometimes that's all it takes to get your ex to open up to you. He needs to feel that you know how to listen and understand his fears, because that will make him more involved in maintaining a solid relationship. I'm glad to tell you that you don't have to wander in the dark, hoping to get lucky. Take advantage of our experience and recover the person you love. Click on the description of this video and now access the following personalized guide. Subscribe and comment. A pleasure and thank you.